Hello, gonna make a quick video to show you how to use our boat, break it up into a couple different parts, and here we are out at the dock. I'm gonna show you. There's the boat, right? So you're gonna often find that there'll be some water on the cover when you show up. We'll just pull the cover out so we can get that to drain. So we got the water off the cover. We're gonna take off all the black plastic clips, set them on the deck, and then the other thing you'll see is right here in the middle, there's a buckle clip. We're gonna undo that, which is apparently easier with two hands. So let me put the video on pause again, and we'll start again. When you're at this end of the boat, you can generally step down and grab these guys, put them on the dock, and even when you walk around the boat here, you'll see that someone put a cinder block in there a long time ago, no doubt just for this type of purpose, so that I can reach and grab these, throw it on the dock, and I can put my hand down here and grab this guy. Nice toss. Once that's done, we can start to take the cover off of the corners of the boat. I'm gonna put you on pause for a sec. Once the cover's off the boat, I just rest it up here in the bushes till we need it later. You'll find this cool little contraption here in the middle that's meant to hold the cover up in the air. We undo that by coming to this back corner and popping this. Just take it off the back, and then we'll do the same thing on all four sides. Once you have this guy out of the boat, the easiest thing to do is just take it and wrap it up like that so that it stays nice and neat and you don't lose track of it, because we're going to need that again when we get out of the boat. And I just leave that up front. Under the seat. Okay, the boat's a little dusty on the inside. I'll try to clean that up for you. That's the charger for the boat battery. We're going to use that later. For now, we can disconnect that. There's a fish that just jumped. We have alligator clips. We just disconnect the alligator clips. Fascinating video. Hold 1 second. So when we have that guy wrapped up, that generally lives in this compartment between the two seats. With a couple of your bailing tools if you ever have water in the boat. Okay, then we turn around and we face the battery. And there's a couple things we want to do. First is, at night we leave the black lead off. So we're going to unscrew this terminal. Put the lead on. Screw it back down. Make sure it's tight. You'll see that there's a couple of other little wires that come off of here, because on the side of the thing we have a battery meter. This gives us a sense of how much juice we have in the battery. I will say that the button on this is a real difficult thing to make work. You've got to push real hard and sometimes left of center. So when you push it though, you can see we've got, looks like 100% of battery, which is good. 100% of battery will get you around the lake and back probably twice. We'll talk about that in a bit when we talk about charging. So the battery's hooked up. let's go to the front of the boat, and we're gonna have to unlock it. So you'll see here, there's a padlock on the front of the boat and a rope holding it together. We'll send you the code, or it'll be in your welcome book for the padlock, but we're gonna undo the padlock and the white rope, and we're just gonna stick those on the dock for now. Be back with you in a sec. Okay, so the cover's off the boat, it's unlocked. The batteries are connected in the back, right? We can confirm the battery's working by just twisting that guy a little bit, and you can see the propeller work. Turn it off. Now we got to get the boat in the water. Depending on the water level, you may have to get down on the ground and pick it up just a little bit and push it backwards into the water. Once you feel that it's starting to float, I stand up on the dock. I do this a bit like a skateboard, where I put 1 foot in on the bottom, 1 foot on the dock, and then we just push off. And now we're out in the water. Once we're out in the water, we're gonna take this boat motor right here. See if I can find it on the image for you. What we want to do, tell you what, let me switch to the other view. Okay, so this is easier. So this has a clip right here that you lift up, and that'll drop the motor in. But the motor's got some weight to it, so I always start by resting my hand, one hand on here, and then with the other hand, I pop the clip, and then let it gently fall into the water till it's about 90 degrees. It'll go past 90 degrees, so all we're looking for is about 90. Okay, then standard boat throttle, left or clockwise gets you forward, and you'll find that there are 5 gears. When you get into 5th gear, it's got a nice little kick. It'll turn up a wake, at least by Fairfield Lake standards. Okay? Generally speaking, once you're on the lake, you can go most anywhere that you want. You've got the house behind us. Out there in front is all the way towards the public beach and Camp Marywood. And then you go behind us, we've got over by the golf course bridge, which is pretty. During summer season, there are signs posted by Camp Marywood that tell you no boats go farther than this. We should definitely respect that. We don't want to get in any trouble with those folks. So enjoy your boat ride, fish, watch sunsets, take pictures. Good time. 2 people at most in the boat, 1 seat there. Definitely don't recommend that you overload the boat. Don't put a 3rd person in. 2 people at a time. All right, see you when we get back to the dock. Hey, I will say one note on the lake. Most areas on the lake are perfectly deep enough for the boat. If you get close to shore, there are lots of lily pads on this lake. You can occasionally get a lily pad stuck in the prop. Easiest way to manage that is just find some clean water, go forward and reverse a couple of times. The lily pad should clear. If it doesn't, you can always use the clip we showed you to drop the motor to pick the motor up and try and clear it with your hand, but I would suggest disconnecting the cable from the battery before doing that so that you don't accidentally turn the motor on. Okay, we're gonna head back to the dock now. Okay, we're approaching the dock, coming in on 5th gear at this point. When you get to within about 25-30 yards of the dock, you're gonna want to slow down. Angle your nose to the left of the main channel there, and then we're going to want to drop the speed way down to like 1. Make sure that we're on target, It gets shallow here, so you're gonna have to cut the motor and bring the motor up before you actually hit the dock. So like right about in here, you're gonna want to cut the motor and pick it up, and then you'll drift into the dock. I'm gonna pause while I do that. If for some reason you miss the target, you do have the paddle here to get you up to the dock. But I happen, luckily today, to have the perfect landing. Okay, step out onto the dock, and then we'll go through how to charge the boat so that the battery's ready for the next day's adventure or the next person. Quick note about securing the boat. So if you're gonna be off the boat just for a little while, an hour or so, and it's middle of the day, we can just go with this clip guy and the rope that it's attached to clip to the front of the boat. But if you're gonna leave it for any period of time, hours or overnight, unfortunately we gotta padlock it. In the summertime especially, we get plenty of folks out here who see a boat at a dock and just decide, ooh, that looks fun, I'll try it. So if you don't mind, anytime you're gonna be gone for more than 30 minutes, put the padlock on the boat. Appreciate it. Okay, first thing we do is cover charging the boat. So the battery has been used. You want to charge the boat. First thing we do is we go back up the path and we find the box where we have our electrical cord. I encourage you to watch this on faster than normal speed so that you don't have to sit through the whole thing. Here's our box with our extension cord. Ta-da! Hopefully whoever's left it in here for you has made a relatively neat coil. It's plugged in. I leave the thing like that. The nice thing about this cord is that if you see the end, it's got a light on it, so you can tell that there's power to it. So you don't have to worry about getting down there and it not working. And then we're just gonna walk that back down to the boat. You wanna leave it relatively clean across the trail. Doing this walking backwards, because there will be a lot of passerby and you don't want anyone to trip. So nice and clean across the trail. Catch you back up down at the boat. Okay, cable is stretched down at the boat. We're just gonna lay that over the edge right now. We're gonna hop in and we're gonna find the charger in our handy charger compartment. Let's see if I can do something different here. Okay, so we've got the charger. It was in the little bucket over here to your left. Unwrap the cords. You can set it down here, here, or eventually on the seat. You've got a 110 plug, 2 alligator clips. 110 plug is going to go to the extension cord we just brought down. Alligator clips, red on the red battery terminal, which is closest to you as you sit here, black on the farther away one. Important note, we always want to disconnect the black battery terminal before we leave the boat for the night so the battery doesn't get used up while we're not in it. So I'm going to turn around and do those things, and I'm going to try and videotape them for you. There we go. Red can go on red. I'm going to unscrew this guy. Black battery lead gets undone. Connect this guy over here. Put this one back on, just so we don't lose it. You don't have to spin it all the way on. And I probably want to turn that around and have that get more secure. Okay, so you got black battery cable to the black terminal, red to the red terminal. Now we come back over here. There's our charging device. We're going to take our 110 plug. There it is. And plug it into our extension cord. Okay, boom. Now this guy comes on. You can see blinking light. Easiest thing in the world. Just click stop start and you'll see the on button come on over here. Okay, this whole thing I'm going to set down on the seat that I'm sitting on so that it's up high and has no opportunity to get wet. I'm going to do the same thing with this cable connection to make sure that that stuff stays dry. Okay. Okay, so this is what it should look like when you get ready to leave the boat in the evening. You're plugged in, your cord is on top of the chair. And back here, you've got red and black connected, and the black drive terminal or battery terminal is off. Okay, now normally what we would do is just cover the boat up, and I'm going to walk through that in a minute, but we're going to skip a step here and say it's morning, you've come down, and now you want to use the boat again. All we do is just reverse that process. I just went out and around the lake, so we know the battery's at 100%, but remember you can check the battery monitor down here to see what your actual battery level is when you come down in the morning to make sure you get enough juice to get around the lake. And again, remember, this is kind of a pain to find exactly. There you go. We're at 100%, so we don't need to be charging anymore. So when we're done charging, I like to personally unplug this guy first. So we'll undo that. So we disconnect the extension cord, and we'll just toss that up onto the dock for now. And then again, we just disconnect red and black. We're going to wrap that whole thing up in a nice little package and stick it in the dry compartment on the boat. And if we were going out to ride, we would take this guy and connect it where the wing nut is. Okay, if the battery is totally charged and it doesn't need charging, you leave it like that overnight. I'm going to switch gears and start showing you how to put the cover on for the evening. Okay, so putting the cover on the boat is about a 10-minute process. You'll absolutely get to the end of your day and be tempted to say, man, it's not going to rain. It looks like it's pleasant out. I could probably leave it overnight. Surest way to make it rain, promise. So cover the boat, otherwise you're going to have to bail out a whole ton of water before you get to use it again. So I'm going to switch cameras and show you how to do that. Okay, I just made the world's worst tripod, so we're going to see if this works. In order to put the cover on the boat, the first thing that we're going to do is find that device that we took off at the beginning. It's right here. So all we want to do is unfurl the straps, and then make it nice and easy for you to get this all back together. Your white straps are going to go on the cleats at the front side of the boat. This pole goes behind the seat, and I like to turn that seat around to give us another thing for the cover to sit on. Black straps go on the back cleats, and what you want to do is one of them is just a loop, one of them has the buckle. You want to keep the buckle on the dock side of the boat. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll show you how it all tightens up. Keep a little bit of tension on it as you move to the back. So if you can still see me, about now you're thinking, this thing is kind of useless. What does this even do? But when you tighten this guy, all of a sudden it stands up stands up in the middle. So you just got to tighten this back one and the whole thing will stand up. Now, you can put the cover on. See the word Pelican? That goes at the front. Step in the boat to get to the back corner. Definitely the best place to start because it's the hardest to get to. Try to keep the seats up and facing away from each other so they give us a little bit more support so that the water does not pool up on top. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Final check before you buckle this guy. Just push this pole to the center. Rotate this seat again to make sure that it's up and facing away. Same thing for the back seat. Up, facing away. Boom. You probably need to loosen this buckle first. Strap it down, pull tight, and then you want to use the hand grip clips to provide some extra security around the edges so the water doesn't cave in the sides. I'll stop the video, put those on, and show you what it looks like. Okay, here's our finished product. Boat is covered and should survive the rain without you having water in the boat in the morning. Prop 6 out in the back. You got clips all along the sides. We're gonna coil that cable up and run it back up to the box next to the steps. And that's it. Hope you enjoy your boating. And if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to Lisa or I, and we'll hook you up as best we can. Enjoy your vacation. Cheers. Coil up your cable, put it in the box. The last thing I do is just plug that. Do watch this door. It can fall on you, so keep a hand on it while you're doing your thing. When you're done, close it up, flip that down, and you're good.